Hello, my name is Aaliyah Irvin, and today I am going to guide you through a short core workout. All you're going to need is your body and a mat. I have a block because I want my hips sitting higher than my knees. You're going to come into any seated position that makes you feel comfortable. You can do crisscross applesauce or whatever sitting style, again, that you are comfortable in. We're just going to take our hands and we're going to place them up or down, depending on whatever you choose. We're just going to start off with some breathing exercises. And I want you to get comfortable, maybe even close your eyes if you feel comfortable, relaxing the shoulders back, elongating the neck, and just becoming aware of your body from head to toe. Just guide over your senses to see how you are feeling today in your body. Slowly taking breaths as you normally would, just bringing some awareness to that breath. Is it fast? Is it slow? There's no right or wrong, just becoming more aware of what that breath is doing. As you continue to breathe, just scan through from head to toe, seeing how your body adjusts over the course of your breaths. Are you getting more relaxed? Are you getting more tense? Are you starting to feel anxious? Are you starting to let go? Again, there's no right or wrong, just attention. Taking your final breath here, I want you to bring your hands to your belly. We're going to do some belly breathing because we want to start to engage the core. And so as you inhale through your nose, I want you to start to expand your belly as you take in that breath. And as you exhale, letting the belly fall away from the hands. So inhale, belly expands into the hands. Exhale, letting the belly fall back down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, fill the diaphragm up with air. Belly expands. Exhale, letting the shoulders rest down as the belly goes away from the hands. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Inhale, fill the belly with air. Exhale, let the belly fall away from the hands. Great. So if you were sitting on a block, you can remove that block. We are going to go down to our backs, relaxing back down onto our shoulders. All right, or on our back, letting our shoulders melt into the mat. Again, we're going to bring some awareness to our bellies, but this time we are going to concentrate on pushing our back into the floor or the mat, concentrating on just bracing the core. So continuing with the breaths, we're going to inhale, filling the belly up with air, and exhale, pressing the back down into the mat. Inhale, fill the belly up with air. Exhale, pushing down into the mat. Here, continue to breathe. We're just really focusing on what our body is doing as we're laying down on the ground. We want to make sure that our core is engaged. So when I say core engagement, it's more about pulling the belly button back down into the spine, but not really squeezing your abs in. It's more of bracing the core as if a 3-year-old or to chop you in the stomach. So think of it that way. You're not really pulling anything in. It's really drawing in the belly button and bracing the back down on the floor. So take a few final breaths here. Letting the back body melt into the ground. Really bracing that core down to the ground. Feeling where our pelvis is shifting down into the floor. So tucking the pelvis underneath, letting our sit bones come down onto the floor. What we're going to do here is what is called a dead bug. Lifting the hands up, raising the knees to 90 degrees, still making sure that back is braced against the floor, maintaining a good hold here. So this is work. We are engaging our core, pressing that back down into the floor, still breathing through. And then we're going to take our right arm, left leg, extend it out. And as we extend, pelvis still is down into the floor, nice and engaged. Maybe you hear some little echoing through my voice as I engage the core. Good. And back up. This is done nice and slow. There's no rush here. We're really working on core engagement. Good. Yes. And back to the center. Lifting the opposite arm down and out. Good. And anytime that back wants to lift up off the floor, kind of just tuck everything in and press it back. Woo! This is a workout in itself. Good. This is the feeling that you want to have throughout the rest of our workout. We're going to do one more here. Good. Pressing it into the floor. Nice. And bringing it back to center. We're going to take our hands right behind the back of our heads. Now what we want to concentrate is not pulling the elbows up together. That's going to add more tension on the neck. We want to lift the elbows out to the sides of the room, just cupping the hands, allowing our head to rest back into the hands. And from here, we're just going to lift the shoulders ever so slightly off the ground and back down. We're not doing a full range, just getting the top half of those obliques. Breathing out as we lift through the shoulders off the ground, leading with the chin to the top of the room. Good. Keep breathing through, bracing that core on the back of the, not the core, yes, yeah, whatever. Bracing the core down to the floor. That is what I wanted to say. There you go. 2 more. Good. Keep breathing through. We got 1 more. Nice. And then we're going to let our shoulders rest back down to the ground. This time we're going to take our lower half. We're going to take the heels, tap down to the ground one at a time. Boop. And boop. Here, our pelvis might want to rock off the floor, allowing an arch in the low back. What we want to concentrate on here is pressing that core back down into the floor to use all of our abdominal muscles. Good. Yes. We want to feel that a little bit of everywhere. And if you need to take a break, take a break. Keep breathing through, pressing that back down into the ground. Good. We have 2 more here. One more. And last. Good job. All right. So now what we're going to do is lift up here and back down. So we're just reaching our fingertips down towards our heels and back down. Good. For here, you want to keep a good eyesight gaze and not tucking our chin all the way down. That puts too much stress on the neck. Allowing our chin to stay up. Good. And just lifting from the shoulders. And if it becomes too much on the neck, you can always take one hand behind the head and still reach with the opposite. Good. Let's do 2 more here. Last one. And we're going to roll all the way up. Perfect. All right. So from here, what we're going to do is press the heels down into the ground. We're going to slowly roll back. So we're going back 1 vertebrae at a time, chunking it down to the floor. And all the way over top of the head, wrestling with my plants. And rolling 1 vertebrae at a time. If those heels lift up, that is quite all right. The goal overall will be to keep those heels down onto the ground. You know, you make whatever kind of noises you need to get up there. Just slowly taking our time. Good. Lifting, lifting. As the body warms up a little more, you might find it a little easier to get up to the top. Or maybe it's just the same. Good. We're going to do 1 more. Lifting all the way to the top. And then we're going to come back halfway and hold. Here, bracing that core. So we learned how to do it on the floor. Now we're doing it in the air. Good. Holding, breathing. So bracing is not sucking everything in. We should still be able to breathe and feel comfortable with our bodies. Good. We're holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Good job. We're going to roll over. Taking our chest down to the floor. We're going to do some Superman. So we're going to take the hands behind the head. Taking the forehead down to the mat. Lifting and taking it down. Toes and forehead lift up off the mat and back down. Squeezing the glutes or our butts as we lift up every time. Taking a good breath and back down. Good. Keep lifting and down. 2 more. Squeeze the glutes. Good. Last one. Squeeze and release back down to the floor. We're coming to all 4s. So we're going to take our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. We're going to take the opposite leg, opposite arm, extend it out to the front and the back of the room. Squeeze everything into the middle, crunching, rolling, and pressing back out. Eyesight helps you balance. Maybe you want to look down at the floor. Maybe looking out to extend that neck. So much better. Crunching everything in. Eyesight follows down to the mat. Good. How are we doing? We're getting close to that finish line. Again, balance. is a main player here. Still bracing that core. So drawing that belly button into the spine. Good, crunching everything in. We got 2 more here. Keep breathing. We're almost there. Last one on this side. And take it back down. Readjusting, checking that form, making sure wrists are stacked underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and opposite. Extend everything out. Good. And bring it in. Looking down at the floor, lifting that eyesight as it comes back. Good. Taking everything nice and slow as we begin. Keep with the breath. One side might feel a little more stable than the other. Totally normal. One side might feel a little wobbly. That's okay. You might be like, hey, I'm getting the hang of this. Or not. Good. We're do 4 more. Everything nice and long as we extend out into the front of the room. Keeping our breath. Good. Crunching everything into the middle. Rolling. Good. Extending. Rounding the back. And back out. Coming back. We're going to sink the hips into the heels, stretching out that back. Allowing the forehead to rest down to the mat. Taking big, deep breaths. Allowing the breath to move throughout our shoulders, our back. Allowing that belly to fall into the thighs. Good. Pressing everything forward. We're going to take the chest in line with the wrist. Allowing ourselves to come down to the floor however we need to get there. We're going to press the chest away from the mat, doing a tiny back bend. Stretching out the chest, maybe a little bit in the back, and the core. And releasing back down to the floor. Big breath. Lifting up. Baby cobra. Lifting the chest. Big breath. Allowing the toes to rest down on the floor. And release. Good. Pressing back up into its seated position. Again, whatever position is going to make you feel comfortable. Taking a nice big deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Thank you for joining me for this short core workout. I hope to see you back on the mat real soon. My name is Aaliyah, and if you liked this video, hit like, comment, and subscribe for any new content. Thank you.